All right, 6 tips to help you load and unload your deadlifts easier. Now, of course, this would apply to snatches, cleans, rows as well, really anything where the bar starts sitting on the floor. I'm Phil Meggers from Testify Strength and Conditioning, a starting strength affiliate gym in Omaha, Nebraska. And what's the problem with the deadlift? What's the curse of the deadlift? The curse is the stronger you get, the more bumper plates or the more full-size metal plates, 45-pound plates that you've got to put on the bar. It's a problem you want to have, but still a problem nonetheless. So let's make this a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. Tip number 1, let's borrow something from Olympic weightlifters. This works with metal plates as well, but it works exceedingly well with bumper plates. So when you've got to put another plate on this side of the bar, let's say you've already got a plate on, or maybe it's even your first plate, you're going to come over here, you're going to grab the plate, roll it whenever possible, be a little bit lazy, get the plate just barely on the bar, then you're simply going to grab the plate a little bit lower than halfway down, and then use your body weight and simply lean back, and that will slide the plate on. So that works real well for adding other full-size plates, especially bumper plates, onto the bar. Now, it's also worth noting that this tip works for removing the plates from the bar, but be careful with the last plate. Be kind to your bar. That is to say, don't slide the plate all the way off and let the empty end of your bar drop. It's a good way in the long run to damage a bar. So be kind to your bar. Make sure that you set your bar down. Tip number 2, you've got all the plates unloaded from one side. Simply make sure that there's no collar on the other side of the bar. Then grab the bar, tip the bar up, and then simply take the bar out of the plates. After that, you can put your bar away and then put your plates away. You don't have to struggle with sliding the plates on and off. All right, tip number 3, now we've got metal plates on the bar. By the way, bonus tip, if you can use metal plates to deadlift, use metal plates to deadlift. Once you get the 45-pound plate on the bar, then all of the other plates that you put on the bar, until you get to the next 45-pound plate, they are smaller plates, right? 25s, 10s, 5s, they're very easy to slide on. Whereas if you're still stuck using bumper plates are great, don't get me wrong, but if you're still stuck using bumper plates, you're putting on a 25-pound bumper plate or a 35-pound bumper plate or a 15, whatever. Those are full-size plates that you've still got to deal with the same problem that you only have at 45-pound plates with metal plates. So there's your bonus tip. But tip number 3, use a deadlift jack. Obviously, this makes it real easy. It gets the bar up and off the floor, so it's very easy to slide the next plate on in a very easy fashion. Obviously, we would do the same thing over there. However, that being said, deadlift jacks are great, but you don't have a deadlift jack. Nobody has a deadlift jack, unless you're usually at a dedicated barbell gym. Usually even your big commercial gyms don't really have deadlift jacks. But if you're at a dedicated barbell gym, they might have a deadlift jack, but most places are not going to, and I'm not suggesting that you go out and buy one. So tip number 4, use one of our favorites, the fish hook. If you've seen enough Disney movies, you'll catch the Moana reference. We've got a video on how to make this. We'll link to that down below. It's not very difficult, but this is a type of deadlift jack. It's simply a very easy one to make and a very easy one to use. You can simply lift up one end of the bar, take the plate all the way off, and again, you're good to go. Works equally well for loading or unloading deadlifts. All right, you don't have a deadlift jack, you don't feel like buying one, I don't blame you. You don't have a fish hook, you don't particularly feel like making one. So the first thing we've got to deal with is putting the first plate on the bar, which is a little bit different than putting all of the subsequent plates on the bar. So tip number 5, don't put the plate on the bar. Instead, set the plate on the floor, grab the bar, which is very ergonomic, and simply put it through the plate. Then tip the bar back down and slide the bar through the plate. This is a pretty simple process. Along with this is not really an additional tip because we already covered it with the bumper plates. Grab the other plate over here, roll it into place. Again, just get the plate barely on the bar, and then simply grab the plate about halfway down, a little bit lower, and slide it all the way on. Now you've got the first 2 plates on the bar. Tip number 6 deals with putting all of the subsequent plates on the bar, or equivalently getting all of these subsequent plates back off of the bar. And there's really 2 things going on here. Number 1, you don't want to have to deal with trying to slide the 45-pound plates across the floor whenever possible. And also number 2, you don't really want to have to pick up anything more than you absolutely have to. So what you do is you grab a 2.5-pound plate. It could be a 5, it could be a 10, but I would recommend choosing the smaller plate. The smaller the better, really. Put it on the inside part of this 45-pound plate right here. slide that plate up on there. Now the plate is up high enough that I can take my next plate, roll it over here, lift it up just a little bit. I don't have to lift it up very high at all. And now it's very easy to simply slide it on, roll it back off, or in this case, it kind of did it on its own. And now I've got 2 plates over there. I can repeat that process over here. It's also very easy to use that process to get the plates back off the bar as well. So hope this helps you get stronger and live better.